Our UNESCO biosphere consists of Kejimkujik National Park and National Historic Site of Canada, the Tobeatic Wilderness Area, and surrounding picturesque communities within the 5 municipal counties that form our zone of cooperation. We are home to the highest diversity of plants, reptiles, and amphibians east of Ontario. The stories of our Mi'kmaq ancestors are conveyed here through petroglyphs. We have the largest collection of petroglyphs in eastern North America. With a coastline etched, nourished, and shaped by the sea, the biosphere is greeted by the Atlantic Ocean with sweeping, surfy sand beaches and the powerful tidal surge of the Bay of Fundy, home to the world's highest tides, rises and falls some 50 feet twice daily, boasting a bounty of sea life and sea vegetables. For generations, we have called this land home. We have fished, farmed, harvested, and gathered, while appreciating our unique traditional way of life, where man and his biosphere interact sustainably. Come visit, sample, and experience. Embark on an ocean adventure in search of plankton and whales. Assist Mother Nature in caring for her species at risk. Retrace the footsteps of our Mi'kmaq people, or explore and savor the biosphere by paddle or on foot. You'll find yourself connecting to our unique cultural and physical landscapes, our home. As our guest, let us guide you through our UNESCO Southwest Nova Biosphere Reserve, and you'll soon realize why UNESCO designated this part of Nova Scotia as one of the world's biosphere reserves. The UNESCO Southwest Nova Biosphere Reserve has an adventure waiting. All it needs is you.
Still gets below 10 seconds. Make it tight, guys.
I'll feel it later. Right here. Up normal.
Yeah, we can do there anyway.
Big, half an hour.
Yeah, he's back, he's back. Yeah, go. Hard.
Buck is there. A little bit less. Same way. Yep. Hard. Ready.
Stop. Same weight you just threw, eh? Not an angle like that.
Now let's just try to get across the face.
Have them going.
It's a little outside.
Quarter. Well, you can hit this right under there. There's no hole.
Can it roll out though?
Could.
Want to play with more?
Yeah. Yeah. Try to hit 3/4. There. Good job. Yep. Work. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Yep, yep, yep. 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 Hey. This will take it over. That's curly, but bad out of hell. Playing normal?
Yeah.
Try to go across the face.
Much more. Much more. His head knows it.
Shot! Shot! Where is it? Shot! Okay! Hard shot! Hard shot!
Hard shot.
Hard shot! Hard shot! Come on! Jump! Jump! Jump!
You're there.
Perfect. Wait.
Great.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Whoa! 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 Close! Whoa! Cut! Hard! 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 Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Line. Yep. Yep. Clean. Yeah, back if we can. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hurry. Hurry. Come on.
We got that. We did. We got it.
That's pretty thin.
Four. Go. John. John. Whoa. Joe. 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 Hard go. Hard go.
Yep. Hard. 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 Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up. Right up.
Get inside. Can't hurt us, eh?
What is it? 8? Yeah. Well, because he thought it was going to curl. We're making some shots here. Make these shots.
want to hit that yellow now over there? I do too.
He might want to.
Am I throwing eight?
Sure. Sure. You like to see it. Really?
You don't want to throw the guard, eh?
What do I hit the yellow one? I don't know.
You want to hit that yellow on a half? No.
3/4.
Where were you hitting it? Okay.
Look at it.
What turn? Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Let's go, pal. Arm up, pal.
You don't want to play half on that one, eh?
Over here, there's this, right?
Okay. Okay, we're gonna make it. We'll make it.
I was thinking 6, 7, 8, yeah. That's right, I was. I think it's up now. Get a crash. There you go, take one of those. Are we going this side, Brian?
Yeah. You want takeout? Okay.
Board up, yeah. That was good.
Okay.
Very good.
Make them work, Brian.
Huh?
Make them work.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Yeah, I got slash, yeah.
Really no harm, no foul.
Yeah, out turn.
Start. I see my drive down here. Project that out there, the one they can see. Yeah.
The back freeze.
Yeah, the back freeze, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you need 7 here. Yeah, 7. That's what we did.
Yeah. Okay. I still got 3/4 of the front. I can see 3/4 of the front. If you want to try split it one more time.
Hi there, Scott Squires with you. Just finished up action on Sheet D between Ontario and Team Nunavut, women's action. Ontario in full control in that one. Handshakes after 5. And Ontario defeating Nunavut in that women's game by a score of 10-0. Little different story here on our feature game on Sheet B. As you can see by the score on your screen, Team Alberta skipped by Gord Dwyer, and Team Northwest Territories skipped by Richard Klakowicz, tied 3-3. We got a good one cooking here. Fifth end action, Northwest Territories with the hammer in a very close game. You see the scoreboard just in behind there. 2 in the first for Northwest Territories, and then singles in 2 and 3 by Alberta. Single in 4 for Northwest Territories, and a single in 5. So a close one, and this one will more than likely come down to the wire. Team Alberta, as mentioned, skipped by Ed Lukowicz. Their second is Brian Brown. Their third is Jim Walsh. And Gord Dwyer is their lead stone. Northwest Territories skipped by Glenn Hudy. Second is Ben McDonald. Third, Brian Kellen. And their lead is Richard Klakowicz. I'm used to reading from the bottom up when I write my scripts out. And in this particular case, I just grabbed the 2 lineups from a program as I hopped on Sheet B here to finish this one up and bring you a little commentary. Take you home here in this game. So a close one going here. One of only 2 games left currently in action here in the main arena. Northwest Territories talking things over here as we're getting down to the short strokes of this end. Glenn Hudy surveying the situation. You see it right there. That kind of tells the tale. Pretty much every rock that's been thrown this end is still in play. And it's a whole mess of red for Alberta, kind of hovering in close to that 8-foot, 4-foot area. So Hudy with the hammer here, throwing the yellow rocks. Has a little bit of traffic to deal with. And even as he spins that stone in the hack, you can almost see that his wheels are turning. And that's what he's facing right there. And that little triangle at the top, he's going to have to come in around that. Hudy now lets it go. Kellen and Klakowicz. Just watch it now. They come on to the sweeping. Sorry, Kellen joins in. Hudy watches his shot now start to move over just a little bit, and it'll sit as a very deep guard. But again, this end looks to be turning up in shape for Team Alberta. And with that, you just saw Ed Lukowicz turn and call timeout. So they really want to talk things over here. A chance for Alberta to come up with a dramatic steal here in this end and turn things around in what has been a very close draw for these two teams. So the entire team in on the discussion. Lukowicz, Brown, Walsh, and Dwyer. And again, that's a mess of rocks right there. And to quote a comment from Murray Skaman, who did some color commentary with me earlier, he saw something similar in an earlier draw, and he said, that looks like something my young kid would color in their coloring book. Looks pretty, but not if you're Team Northwest Territories. You've got the hammer, but you're looking at a whole mess of red. And measurements to be had, but it just, from doing a quick look, it certainly appears that Alberta sitting 4 right now, even though, again, Northwest Territories do have the hammer here in this end. So, Lukowicz and his team have talked it over. They appear to know what they want to do. So, Alberta has thrown 7 stones at this point, and 6 of them are still currently in play. Alberta with their final stone here in this 6th end. See if it starts to come over now. Push that one Alberta stone over more towards the center line, and the shooter rolls off to the side, but maybe just a little path there, as you saw Brian Kellen kind of tap the brush to the inside of that 4-foot. So it would appear that perhaps Udi is going to try and draw in around and get enough of that 4-foot to count and make all of those other Alberta stones disappear, figuratively speaking. Well, in what has been a very close match, and while I was calling the game on sheet D, I was able to look over at the monitor for this sheet and keep an eye on what was going on, and just commenting throughout my coverage on sheet D just how close this game was. So you see all kinds of ice being taken here. He's going well to the outside, down that side of the ice. The brusher's back right off. A big moment here. Will this have the movement? It's going to be by that red one, and it looks like it's going to go through that hole and be a little too deep. This is going to be a big end for Alberta. Count them up. It certainly looks like 1, 2, 3 for sure. And now the question is it 4? So I definitely saw 3, but with so many stones in and around that area, around the 4-foot and the 8-foot, we'll have to wait and see until the final count is put up on the tally board. But certainly a big steal in that 6th end for Alberta, and at the very least now a 6-3 lead, if not more. And again, we'll just wait to see what the official scorer puts up on the manual scoreboard. So even though Ed Lukowicz is the skip, it would appear that Jim Walsh throwing skip stones for this Alberta foursome. So a big end indeed, breaking open this deadlocked draw between Alberta and the Northwest Territories. So Alberta now will throw. Northwest Territories, of course, will have the hammer. And that one sails right on by and through everything. So again, we're just waiting for the update on the manual score. But I certainly, from the angle I saw there, I certainly counted 3, and it was a question of whether or not it was 4. There was a couple of stones close at the back. The curlers on site were able to eyeball it and make the determination and move those stones out quickly. But again, I counted 3, but we'll wait and see what they put up. 7th end action here. Northwest Territories with the hammer and now trailing. Wow, what a big end. Perhaps I was a somewhat of a good luck charm or a bad luck charm, depending on which side you're on, as it was a razor close game, razor thin margin, and all of a sudden I sat in and it was a huge steal for Team Alberta. And that's how quickly fortunes can turn in this game of curling. And in an 8-end game, all of a sudden, Northwest Territories looking up and going, holy cow, we got 2 ends to get back into this one. And now Alberta down the other side. Pretty clear what the intentions are for Alberta, and that's just to put everything through the house and not have anything in play. And then anything that Northwest Territories might put in there, they'll take out. And we see 7, so it was a score of 4. Great job by our director switcher, Chuck Calder, to keep an eye on that scoreboard. So they obviously put a 4 up, so it was that other stone that I was questioning at the back was indeed closer and was 4th shot. So a steal of 4. My goodness. So a 7-3 lead in what was a game that was literally seesawing back and forth has been opened up considerably with a gigantic score of 4 for Ed Lukowicz and his Alberta side. So, Team Alberta now, much different complexion to this draw. All of a sudden, the steal of 4 has changed things considerably. And that one Northwest Territories rock taken out, the Alberta shooter rolls out, and just that one lonely guard sitting on the Bell Alliant logo. Late into the evening here, just past 9 o'clock, 9:08 p.m. Atlantic time to be exact, here in Digby. Scott Squires and the Bell Alliant TV1 crew, and Chuck Calder, Scott McRae, and the guys from 45 North bringing you the sights and sounds here from the Digby Area Recreation Center. It's the 2016 Everest Canadian Senior Curling Championships, live and exclusively on Bell Alliant TV1. So now if you're Ed Lukowicz and Team Alberta, you can kind of just play very conservative here, a bit of a defensive style, not put too much in play, not give Northwest Territories any opportunities to get rocks in play to score a big end. And if they can limit Northwest Territories here to a single point, they would be happy coming home into the 8th end with the hammer and a 2 or 3 point lead. Again, just that one rock in play. Northwest Territories, that one lone guard that you see right there. And the rock is away for the Northwest Territories, and it's got to be, all of a sudden hard to switch gears when you've been going through 6 ends and it's been so close, just a 1 point lead and then a tie and then a 1 point lead and then back to a tie. And to play that really, really close draw for 6 ends and then all of a sudden have the floodgates open up and give up 4, and all of a sudden if you're the Northwest Territories, you're a bit shell-shocked and you're realizing that you've got to completely change the way you're playing now and open it up and try and score a big end here and get back into this one. And the sweepers aren't even going to try to keep up with that, as a bit of a miss there as they were a little too thin on the takeout try. So the Alberta shooter rolls out and they move ever so slightly that Northwest Territories over now. So a couple of guards just off to the side of that center line sitting right there. Northwest Territories have got to come in the rings sooner than later now, as they're running out of rocks here in this 7th end. They've got a couple of guards to work with. Time to bring something into the rings now for this Northwest Territories team. So they do just that. They put something in scoring position, but I'm sure now that the Ed Lukowicz foursome from Alberta just going to take care of that one. You see Jim Walsh. Alberta keeping a close eye on that. Dwyer with the sweep. And right on the nose and out the back. Just what the doctor ordered for Team Alberta, as they are just going to be happy to run the Northwest Territories out of rocks here in this 7th end. And with a 4-point lead and only one other end to go after this one, that's exactly the strategy that you want to see out of this Lukowicz foursome from Alberta. Little directional sweeping there coming from the front end of the Northwest Territories, trying to lean that one over just a little bit. And they hit that Alberta rock almost on the nose and just push it back deeper into the ring. So that Alberta rock you see there is shot rock for the boys shooting red. Team Alberta curling out of the Inglewood Curling Club in the Northwest Territories, proudly representing the Yellowknife Curling Club. Bell Alliant is proud to be the official broadcaster for the 2016 Everest Canadian Seniors Curling Championships from the Digby Area Recreation Centre and the Digby Arena, located in beautiful Digby, Nova Scotia in the Annapolis Valley. Bell Alliant, there's more to love with fiber op. Northwest Territories have got to make something happen, but when you've got Alberta just eliminating your rocks one by one, very difficult to do, and that's all that Ed Lukowicz and his team have to do here. Ed Lukowicz, Brian Brown, Jim Walsh, Gord Dwyer. That big steal of 4 in the 6th end. You see it there just in the center of your screen in behind Lukowicz. That really turned this game around. And I guess I sat in here on sheet B at just the right time to see that dramatic turn of events. Play in the 7th end here. Northwest Territories with the hammer. And right now, not a whole lot going on as we're into skip stones. Glenn Hootie, the man skipping this Northwest Territories team. Watching this one for line and weight. And are they going to get a bit of a tip on that red? They do, but not the result, as it ends up not getting quite the angle that they wanted. It ends up pushing that Alberta rock a little further toward the center line. Meanwhile, the Northwest Territories stone goes the other direction and leaves Alberta still sitting 1. So Ed Lukowicz in a situation now where if he can take care of that one Northwest Territories stone, we'll put Glenn Hootie in a situation where he's only going to be able to score 1 at best. And that would give Alberta a 3-point lead going into the final end with the hammer. Not a bad position to be in if you're Team Alberta. Oh, Jim Walsh, the Vice, throwing skip stones here for Alberta. And sometimes you will see that. Sometimes you'll see the skip defer skip stones to another member of the team, quite often the mate or vice. So not a great situation here for Glenn Hootie. Final stone in this 7th end. It's on its way. All up to the weight and the brushing now. And I don't think it's going to go over far enough. It's not. And it's going to be a steal of 1. And that steal of one will lead to a multitude of handshakes. So there it is, a draw that was the closest of margins, a back and forth affair right up until that sixth end when Ed Lukowicz and his Alberta team came up with a huge steal of 4, and that sealed the deal, and then a steal of 1 in 7 make your final Team Alberta 8 and the Northwest Territories 3. Well, that wraps up our Bella Line TV1 coverage here on Day 2 from the 2016 Everest Canadian Seniors Curling Championships. On behalf of Chuck Calder, Scott McRae, and the 45 North team, as well as Bella Line TV1, I'm Scott Squires, saying thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you back on the air live on Bella Line TV1 tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Atlantic time for Day 3, draw number 9. Until then, have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.